Hey guys, just another video where I thought I'd take you through some of the interactive features of InDesign. So at the moment it's a bit of a boring program for you guys. Laying out pages, making newsletters, making magazines. It's not really that exciting. You can do that stuff in Publisher. This is where the program starts to get a bit more interesting, where you can start to make interactive PDFs and we can start playing with animation, which is advanced stuff. Luckily for you guys, I found a couple of really awesome YouTube videos. I'll quickly show you these. One is by this guy called Terry White, not a chemist, but he takes you through this big 30-minute tutorial looking at how to create links and hyperlinks and how to create spaces where people looking at your PDFs can insert text and answer questions and tick boxes and all this sort of stuff. And then the next next YouTube, which I'll show you guys quite a good deal later, probably looking around week 4 or 5 for this, and I'm hopefully learning it with you because it is super advanced. That's when you're adding things like animations to your documents. If you look at this, you'll notice that it can make your PDFs look super dynamic. One kind of creepy thing is this video has a European guy with 2 inanimate women next to him, but if you ignore that, the content here is really worthwhile, and what it will do it will take this program to the next level with you. And the beauty of this program is that it interacts with Illustrator and Photoshop really well. So hopefully when we get through this, we will be experts and gods of the world. Anyway, just to take you briefly before you start going into that, I'll show you just a few quick little tips to scratch the surface. And what I've got here is the bookwork template for this year. So this is your bookwork, or this is what the inside of your bookwork will look like. You guys have already created your front cover. And if you want to insert that in really quickly, you go to F7, you click on this Pages menu up the top, and you'll create a new page. It will put in a blank page. If you drag that right to the top and zoom out using your Alt and mouse wheel or the negative zoom tool, you should be able to paste in and drag him up to the top. Why do we have 2 spare pages? That's interesting. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so now we have we've got a spare page there. This page doesn't exist. Oh, it does exist. I've done it again. Okay, so we look at this page. What we'll do is press Control D and paste in from our bookwork cover as a PDF, retrofit it to the right size, and now yours will look a lot better than this, but you've got your first page. Second page, obviously you change your name to your name, but you guys know how to edit this stuff, and in the coming weeks you guys will be filling this up with a whole bunch of really cool stuff, and then we'll look at animating it and making it really cool and interactive. But for the time being, I'll show you a quick couple of little tips just to whet your appetite. So say for instance you want to, for some bizarre reason, make this a button or a hyperlink. You can go to the window menu. There's an interactive sub-menu, and then you should be able to go to hyperlink. And all you do here is type in, while it's highlighted with your black arrow, whatever the website is. Because it's a non-seasoning year, I'm going to put in NBA.com, which is the National Basketball League Association of America website. Now, once you've typed the website address in or pasted it in, hit enter. And a really cool thing is, see that green light that just came up right here? It shows that it's done a quick check and it's found that website is functional. That's all you have to do. So I can shut that down. Similarly, if you want to just make the word photo go to a YouTube channel, go to Window, Interactive, Hyperlink, and we'll type in youtube.com. Hit enter. It'll check that page. Green, hopefully. Yep, done. And now it's got a hyperlink there. So when you export this PDF as an interactive PDF, all these links will work, so people can click on them, which is kind of cool. Other options of cool stuff you guys can do is, I've got a box here for a photo. What you guys can do is, if you go to interactive, there's buttons and forms and all kinds of cool things here. So it brings up a form here, a sub-menu. If you click on it and go, I want a button, you can make that button do all sorts of crazy things. So you could change any image you want. So if you download a picture of a button, or you just draw a box, or you write the word next, you can change that by highlighting it with the black arrow, clicking on buttons and form, changing it to a type button, and then it says here event. So on release or tap, you could also go on click, on rollover, on focus, on blur, actions. So you click the plus and it gives you all cool things you can do. You can go to a URL and make it a hyperlink, which is weird. You can make it a button to go to the last page of the document or the first page of the document. So you can have a contents page in your bookwork, or on the front cover of your bookwork you can have Photoshop files and have a link which will take you through to the page which has the Photoshop file, which is kind of cool. You can play an animation, which we'll get to later, but for the time being you can even play a sound. So you can have a sound there where you upload the sound, and I forget how you do that. I've done this before. You may have to do a search, or I'll give you that information later. That's a good challenge for people if you don't know how to do that. Anyway, other options you can do, because I'm running out of time, is you could create, I'll just draw a text box, button, and forms. Oops, I need to click it with a black arrow, and I can change it to a checkbox, which is a typical box where if you, I'd make it a lot smaller than that so you can have its appearance on or off. So if you want people to tick if they like something, you can make a box. I'm going to put a bright pink outline around it and make it really over the top. That's a tick box. So if they click on that, a little tick will appear. So you can have a whole bunch of information to the side of it. Probably don't make that box so huge, and probably make it a bit more square. But then you've got a tick box. Instead of making a whole bunch of those as well, a quick shortcut is if you, with your black arrow, hold down Alt, two little arrows come up, you click and drag, and now you have two tick boxes. Or if you select multiple ones and hold down Alt, now I have 4 tick boxes. They're all functional. You can click and it says here it's a checkbox. Another option you can do is you can create a list box. So if you want to give them a suggested answer, what do you think of this PowerPoint? Your actions, your lists can be good, can be one answer, terrible, can be another, pineapple, can be a third one. And that gives them a whole bunch of choices. So that will be a drop-down list. I'll make that one a bit wider so I can show you guys what it ends up looking like. What other forms can we do? I'll take another one of these checkboxes. You can turn it into a text field. So if you want someone to write answers in, I always make sure I set my font size to automatic, and it will shrink or enlarge that size to fit the box. You always put multi-line, and what you can do is drag that there. So now I've got a text box, I've got a checkbox with lots of different responses. I'll put that away so you can see it somewhere down the bottom here. And then I've got 2 checkboxes here. So I'll quickly just export this document, because I'm sure that the tutorials I'm showing you will go into much better detail than this. So design fundamentals, I've got a folder there. I'm going to save this So make sure it's an interactive PDF. We're going to click OK. It will export the PDF. It will even open it for you, which is great. There's my ugly front cover. But the bit we really want to see is if these interactive links work. So here's my text box. I've put it on a black background, which is not great, but then you can see there's text there. And there's a checkbox. I've checked both of those boxes. And then we've got a drop down, which I will definitely select. Pineapple is the correct answer. We've also got security warning. It wants to connect to NBA.com. Let's see if it brings up NBA.com. See what's happening in the NBA. There you go. We've got our website and our links work. Anyway, guys, I'm going to avoid copyright infringement by publishing this and bid you guys farewell. I hope you have a great time doing these tutorials. I'll definitely be paying close attention to this animation one with the creepy girls and the weird guy. The weird creepy guy and the two inanimate girls. But there's some really cool stuff here, and hopefully you guys can really utilize this and do some really cool stuff. And actually, hopefully we meet up and I see you guys before then. But if not, keep in touch with me, and we'll change some worlds with this work we're doing. Anyway, guys, that's about all I got time for. Thank you so much for making it this far, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.